live stream. What's going on, family? Definitely want to say peace and grand rising to everybody. Definitely want to say peace and grand rising. You know what I'm saying, to everybody. You know what I'm saying, everybody that's coming on the side of the check. I know I started a little later than usual, but your man had to go ahead and get his cup of coffee. Excuse me, woke up a little early. Yep, I woke up a little early and stuff like that. So yeah, then I went back to sleep. Hey, resilience, but like I said, let me turn it down a little bit. And hey, Adrian McCoy, what's up, man? I definitely want to say peace and grand rising to everybody. You know what I mean? Definitely want to say I feel well rested, having my cup of coffee right about now. And yeah, man. Otherwise, I'm really feeling good about everything. And like I said, definitely want to thank the Most High. You know what I'm saying? For waking us up for this beautiful rising, for another beautiful day. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm thankful for that, man. Peace, everybody coming on the side of the chat. Like I said, you know what to do, family. We keep it peaceful. We keep it cordial. There's no arguing, no debating, or none of that stuff, family. You feel me? We always keep it cool. This is a chat to where we always growing, elevating, and evolving and learning. So we don't do none of that debate because where we at right about now, we don't have no time for debate. Debate is for confusion, and you feel me, we don't got time for confusion. We only focus on the solution. Hey, Sasha Love, yup, it is Liberation Day. Yup, I heard about that, for them tariffs and all that. You feel me? Yeah, your man otherwise feeling. Hey, Original One Piece, man, Grand Rising. And like I said, go ahead, family. You want to go ahead and get those likes up. Go ahead and get those likes up, family. Like I said, y'all show love to one another, and also represent where you from. Drop your city and state where you from as well, so I can shout you out. Yeah, family. Like it's definitely really different out here. You feel me? What up, Rashid? What's up, bro? Yeah, I heard about that, Sasha Love. Yeah, I heard about them tariffs. And just to let y'all know, I got three new other beats. I found this other beat, these three other beats by Knife Wonder on the playlist. Y'all gonna love them. Yup, y'all gonna love these beats. Oh my God, this other beat that I found last night. Oh, when I played this one, y'all gonna be in love. And yup, and like I said, somebody go ahead. Hey, Janie. Yeah, Canada's crime. That's good. But like I said, family, I wanted to yeah, family, I wanted to go ahead and you know what I mean? Hey, BF 95, what's going on, y'all? Yeah, man, I wanted to come to y'all. You enjoy the beats? Oh, yeah, you're welcome, Sasha Love. Oh, yeah, ABF 95. I got some new other beats, bro. Your speakers, man. I'm telling you, you might have to buy a couple new set of speakers, man, because the beats that I got, these other three that I found by Knife Wonder, if not four, boy, you're going to need an extra set of speakers fucking with me. But you know, like I was saying, though, right? Or bring another one. I got another one. Hey, Terry Price. Appreciate it, y'all. And like I said, all the links are going to be in the chat too, family. You know what I mean? To follow me. You hey, Kaisha, you know what I'm saying? To follow me, to donate, show love and support. And like I said, of course, I'm going to get the message before I get to that. But like I said, we do have the super chat right there as well. Hey, Soul Era. I hope y'all ready for them new other beats that I got. And like I was saying, though, right, family? I really wanted to cover this situation once again because this has been one of the main things in our community that, you know, we have really been fighting against. And I'm quite sure as I share my story, I'm quite sure that my story is actually going to correlate into what I'm actually saying right about now. You want to know why? Because, you know, growing up in our community, you know, being, you know, so-called black Americans and intelligent, you know, it can really it can really be hard at times. You know what I mean? Especially when we was coming up, you know, in the 80s and the 90s. You know, one of the main things that I've seen in our community that was always frowned upon, you know, was intelligence. One of the main things that I always saw, you know, that was always frowned upon in particular was the intelligent black man. You know, because I remember the time frame, you know, when I was coming up like in the late 80s, you know, especially dealing with hip hop, they made it cool to be young, black, and intelligent. You know what I mean? Like I remember the time like in the 80s, like we was really on some conscious shit, yo. Like, if you really want to take a look at it, like going into the Sahifah range, going into like the 70s and the 80s, even in the early 90s, it was real cool to be black and intelligent. You know what I mean? They made it really, really cool to be young, black, and intelligent. And one of my favorite shows that showed that was A Different World with Kadeem Hardison's part. When Kadeem Hardison, when he was really an intelligent black man, you know, I always admired that. And see, what I really, really noticed, like around the time, like in the early mid 90s, that was when they really say, hey, what up, y'all? Finesse, what's going on, y'all? Exactly. And one of the main things that I really, really noticed in our community was that they really began to like start to frown upon the intelligent black male or even the intelligent black woman as well, because growing up growing up being young, black, and intelligent, it was a struggle at times. You want to know why? Because we always got nitpicked on, we always got laughed at. And another thing as well, being intelligent and articulate, they would always really want to make it seem like we one of those uppity blacks, or you think you're better than somebody, you think you're smarter than somebody. But right, when at the same time, you were only really displaying you were really only displaying the mindset that God gave you. And I remember the time frame when I saw this one meme. They showed that I saw this meme, and I remember the time frame. I went through that, right? They showed the kid with the big brain was being picked on, you know what I'm saying, by everybody that had a small brain. They showed everybody that had a small brain was picking on the one that had the big brain. And the one with the big brain was sitting there like this. You know what I mean? Being bullied. And one of the main things that I've noticed about growing up in our community was that they always wanted to bully children that were young, black, and smart and intelligent. And that was one of the main things they used to really get on my nerves about growing up in our community. It's like, why is it that being young, hey Marquette Rose, why is it that being young, black, and intelligent is really a bad thing? You know what I mean? It's like they literally take ignorance as a badge of honor. You know, one of the main things that really got on my nerves about our community growing up, in particular going to the 90s, they will make it seem that being young, black, and intelligent, or having coming from a great background, that you thought that you were better, or you're uppity or something, or because you may not talk a certain way, you might look a certain way, you might dress a certain way, you might act a certain way. It's like, no, that does not mean that you're better. It really means that you're coming from a really good background that taught you and trained you the right way. And you know, one of the main things that I really could not stand growing up in our community, they frown upon intelligence. Yup, and it's like they were frowned upon intelligence, but embrace ignorance. That was one of the main things in our community that really got on my nerves, was how we embrace ignorance, but ignore intelligence. Hey, you move south, smart, they clown me, so I play dumb, but I'm still smart. Exactly. They still always tell me we wasn't hood enough. Exactly, right. Thank you, Barefoot 95. Thank you. Yes. Yes, brother, I went through that. They used to always tell us we wasn't hood enough or street enough or gangster enough. Right, exactly. And that right there used to really make us feel like, oh, we ain't down, or we ain't hard, or we ain't black enough. And that's another thing right then and there we gotta stop doing. We gotta stop thinking that being black and ignorant is being black enough. That's another one of the things I'm sick and tired of, man. Like, what is wrong with us being intelligent? What is wrong with us having the right mind? What is wrong with us being smart? What is wrong with us getting book smart as well as street smarts? You know what I mean? Hey, Mel Skippy, it's nothing wrong having the street smarts, but at the same time, what about diving into that book? What about opening up your mind? What about educating yourself? And it's not even necessarily just educating yourself in their books, but educating yourself in our books. You feel me? Yeah, man. Like, I'm not a thug or a gangster, and I don't want to be one, right? I said the same thing to Adrian McCoy, yup. They always tell me, yeah, you ain't hood, you ain't no gangster. I'm not trying to be a gangster. I know you ain't trying to be. Then what is the purpose of saying it? If you know I'm not even trying to be a gangster, well, then, right? If you know that I'm not trying to be a gangster, then why would you want to bring it up then? I ain't trying to be that. I never understood it. I never understood it as well, neither. I never understood that whole entire mentality that you gotta act a certain way to be black enough. I never understood the mindset either, so ever. That's right, but I never compromise. I feel you, that's right. We never compromise ourselves. And you want to know the funny thing about it is this: we still living and they underground. All of them niggas out there that wanted to be hardcore, tough, gangster enough, rough enough, hard enough, guess what? They went in the hard box. You wanted to be hard enough, now you in the hard box. Either you sleeping on the hard bed or you in the hard box. So guess what? We use our intelligence. We only have to fight because they pretty much forced us to fight to exactly be a 95 right. I feel you though, bruh. I feel you, man. I know exactly what you mean. Hey, Kia Jordan, I know exactly what you mean though, bro. I went through the exact same thing. They always wanted to try us, always wanted to test us. And the funny thing about it was we was being smart and intelligent. We were really being smart and intelligent. Why? Because we already knew that, for number one, most of the guys that wanted to fight, you beat their ass, they wanted to come back and fight again. And then, of course, they wanted to come back with a gun. Yeah, a lot of us tried to walk away. BF at 95, you right, bro. A lot of us tried to walk away. Because let's be real, yo. We really didn't understand, but spiritually we understood. You want to know why? Because guess what? They were emotional. Them niggas weren't even thinking, yo. They were not on their square, yo. You feel me? All of that rah, tough Tony shit. Yo, what the fuck, yo? You know what I'm saying, yo? You ain't hard enough. You know what I'm saying, yo? Some niggas get down, yo. You ain't hard enough. What is the purpose, yo? I'm not trying to be hard enough. I want to be smart enough. I ain't trying to be the hardest man out. I want to be the smartest man out. Or at least one of the smartest men out. Yeah, I feel you, man. And one of the main things that we went through, you know what I mean, is melanated men and women. We got humiliated, yo. We got tried and tested. We were often neglected, but we were tried and tested. You want to know why? Because we were the ones that really had a brain. Right, exactly. And we never really fit in. Those of us that was growing up black and intelligent, we never really fitted in. Why? Hey, DBZ Nation, we never really fitted in. Why? Because our minds was outside of the box anyway. And that's another one of the things I really get mad and upset though, yo. I'm tired of seeing young black children getting bullied for being smart and intelligent. It is okay for that, man. We really need to instill that into our babies, that it is really nothing wrong, yo, being young, black, and intelligent, yo. And I will admit to you, though, man, some of the most smartest guys that I ever met that was really intelligent was some of them hustlers. And you want to know what some of the real hustlers told me, the OGs told me? They was like, yo, man, you smart, man. Stay in school, yo. You know what I mean? See, the real OGs, they saw the young, intelligent ones. And you want to know what they told us? Yo, go to school. Stay out them damn streets. You feel me? And I miss that. Exactly, BF at 95. Yeah, it came down to it because they were trying to say one, they had no choice but to snap. Exactly. BF at 95, man, I swear, we share the same story, yo. Get them lights up, y'all. Hey, I'm J. James Truesdale. Yeah, man. I mean, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because I remember the time frame being ostracized. Really being ostracized, really being nitpicked on, really being, you know what I mean? It's like growing up in our community, being young, black, and intelligent. And you know what I notice about intelligent people? Intelligent people are really beautiful. And you notice something? People that are really intelligent, they attractive. Intelligent people, they are really attractive people. Hey, Licky Locks, Grand Rising, DBZ Nation. You ever really notice that? People that are really intelligent are beautiful. They are really attractive people, though, yo. And that's another one of the things about intelligent people. They are really attractive. You ever notice something? People that got intelligence, they got a certain aura and attractiveness about them. Yes. And another thing as well, what it did was it had us to succumb to a lot of the pressure that we had to lower our intelligence. And oftentimes we sabotage ourselves from opportunities into thinking that we were never really good enough. But you want to know why? Because I went through that, dumbing myself down, trying to fit in, but the whole entire time I never really needed to fit in. Why? Because the whole entire time I'm trying to fit in, I'm dumbing myself down. You know what I mean? It was so crazy to see that. It was so crazy to see that dudes wanted to school me on some damn street shit, on some fucking street code, like I'm really out there living in the damn street. No, I'm trying to survive I'm trying to listen. I'm not even living the lifestyle. I'm not even living the lifestyle all up in the daggone street, yo. I roam the streets. I don't dwell these streets, yo. I don't dwell in these streets. I roam through them, yo. Don't try to give me a street education when at the same time you been living in devastation. No. Fuck that street shit. If I already know the consequences and the repercussions, guess what? I don't need no street code. I don't need it, yo. You wanna know why? Because for number one, I already knew that for a fact that y'all are not even gonna be around within another 2 or 3 years. So granted, did I get the street education? Yes, I did. But at the same time, granted, I knew how to move. I knew how to move. Why? Because I knew the consequences and repercussions. If I want to better myself, if I really want to be intelligent and I want to better myself, what is wrong with bettering myself? What is wrong with educating myself? I don't want to devastate myself. I want to educate myself. Oh, that's a bar. That's what we were saying. We don't want to devastate ourselves. We want to educate ourselves so we can elevate ourselves. Don't devastate yourself. Educate yourself to elevate yourself. That's a bar. Let me write that down. And you want to know what the crazy thing about it was? Those people that were thinking at the lower level, they were devastating themselves. But they never wanted to take the time to educate themselves. No, I want to have this. Because if I already know I'm up in the daggone system that is designed for me to fail, you know what I mean? Which it is true, but at the same time, I can still use my mind to overcome the failures that have already been set. We know the system is rigged. If I know the system is rigged, then guess what? I'm not going to fuck this up. If I know the system is rigged, why would I fuck up my mind to go do a bid? Bars. You feel me? It's like, come on, it's like niggas used to come home talking about, yeah, man, I did my bid, you know what I'm saying? I did a 5-year bid. So what? That is 5 years away from you using your intelligence. You feel me? Like, what? It's like, why do we gotta be having this kind of mindset in our community? Oh, I got you, righteous indignation. Right, that's what I'm saying. Hey, beautiful love. Right, that's what I'm saying. Why do we have to have a lower level negative way of thinking? That is not a part of our culture. That is not a part of our culture. And another thing as well, that's not us. That is not right. We think being lower level, talking a certain way, acting a certain way, that is being black enough. What is being black enough, yo? Your pants sagging, you talking a certain way, you looking a certain way, you living a certain way, you living the hard life, you selling drugs, you want to kill one another, you want to rob one another. You think that's being the life, yo? That's not the life, yo. That is not the life. That does not define us. That does not define who we are. Being black and intelligent, that does not define who we are as a people. It does not. That is not who we are. We really need to restore intelligence, not ignore intelligence. You want to know why? Ever since that we ignore intelligence, guess what? We have went down as a people. We went down. The minute that they started to do what? To ignore young black intelligence. Yup. That's right. That's right, pretty classy lady. We need to start back elevating our black scholars. Exactly. We really need to start doing that, yo. Elevating our black scholars. And we need to show love and support them. We need young black scholars. We need our elder scholars. We need the elder scholars to teach the younger scholars. And the younger scholars got to be ready for that. You want to know why? Because guess what, yo? Ever since that I took upon my scholarship, and I'm not a master teacher, but ever since I came across all of those teachings, guess what it did? When I came across the teachings of what? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, Prophet Noor Jubilee, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben Jockin, Ivan Van Sertima, Sheikh Antediah, Bobby E. Wright, Walter E. Williams, C. Freeman L., Dr. Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmick, Dr. Malachi York, Khalid Abdul Muhammad. You know what I mean? All those great master teachers. Hey, DM, you know what I mean? Like those teachers really elevated my mind. And guess what? Even though, right, even though I might not have been studying it at times the way that I should be, guess what? I still use that knowledge to do what? To navigate. Those teachers use me to do what? Know how to navigate this world. So guess what? All of that knowledge that I was receiving superseded the street code. All of the knowledge that I was getting superseded that, all of that ignorance. You feel me? The knowledge that I have attained superseded all of that ignorance, all of that street shit, all of that bullshit. You know what I mean? Because I always wanted to elevate my mind. I was always a deep thinker. You feel me? I didn't want to become a deep sinker. I wanted to become a deep thinker. And not just a deep thinker, but a great doer of the work. You feel me? Not just know it, but also teach it and show it. Thank you, Sister Iman. Thank you, beautiful love. Yes, I've seen so many young black men and women get bullied. You know what I mean? That really want to be smart and articulate and really wanted to do what? Stand on our square. And it really used to make me upset to see that young black children that really wanted to better themselves, educate themselves, they wanted to dedicate themselves, to elevate themselves. They got ostracized. They got bullied. You feel me? And I'm sick and tired of them trying to bully our children. And another thing is, well, I'm sick and tired of them thinking that being smart and intelligent is not black enough. We got to get out of that mindset. That's why we are in moral decay. The reason why we've been in moral decay, because it is intelligence that we don't want to display. We are in moral decay because it is intelligence that we do not want to display. Like they always wanted to call us a sellout, or you a coon, you a sellout. Why? All because I wanted to be articulate. And another thing as well, what is this talking white? Or you talking white? What is that? It is no such thing as talking white. Why can't we be articulate? Like I remember the time being articulate, I used to be like, man, you sound like a white boy. Or you talking white. What is that? Just because I wanted to be talking proper, that does not mean I wanted to be white. And another thing as well, that was a struggle. Growing up talking at times, wanted to talk. And people used to be like, man, you a coon, yo. You a coon, yo, he a clown. All because everybody wanted to be, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's how it is. You sounded like a dummy, yo. You feel me? So era, story of your life. I know I'm describing the story of your life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hit the block or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're not going hard, you're going dumb. Hey, A-Not. Right, I'm sick of that as well. Yeah, I'm sick of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's how it is. It's how we live, yo. So you really believe that sounding like a dummy, looking bummy, and sounding like a dummy. You really believe that looking bummy and sounding like a dummy is going to get you money? No. No, but it's not. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to keep it real with you. Real shit. I heard this from other nationalities. You want to know what they told me about being young, black, and intelligent, articulate, and clean cut? It blew their mind. You want to know how many opportunities that I got from other groups of people? They was like, yeah, man, you carry yourself really well, man. You're not like the rest of them. Yeah, you got a lot going for yourself. They wanted to give me an opportunity, all because I was young, black, intelligent, and articulate. And not having that mindset. Real shit, y'all. Real shit. Real talk, yo. That's right, you can pay for school, but you can't buy class, yup. So many people are fascinated, but I'm not waiting on them to educate my child. Yeah, yo, for real, yo. You have to stop a group, do some arguing about what city at the high. Right, exactly, right, yeah, yo. That doesn't make any sense, right? They want to be sitting there, right? That's another thing, BF95. I remember that as well, yo. I remember, these like, yeah, man, we got the highest murder rate. No, we got the high murder rate. Why are y'all bragging about who got the highest murder rate, yo? That is ignorance, yo. Don't you really want to have your murder rate to go down? That's another thing that used to really get on my nerves, how people used to brag about how dangerous their hoods are, who got the highest murder rate. Yeah, but yeah, on my block, niggas get shot, niggas get killed every day. So you mean to tell me we want to be living like that, yo? So we normalize having ignorant ghetto culture. We normalize genocide. We gotta stop normalizing our own ignorance and own genocide. I'm sick of that. We have normalized we have become desensitized and normalized our own ignorance and genocide. We gotta stop doing that. Right, exactly, BF95. I saw that as well. They was up there, yeah, man, we the murder capital, yo. Now we the murder capital. Why would you want to brag about being the murder capital, yo? That's stupid. That needs to change. You want to be bragging about who got the most shooters, who got the hardest block. So you want to be bragging about who sold the most poison, who sold the most. Come on now, yo. Who got the hardest projects? You are the project. That's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to be proud of that you live in a neighborhood that got killers all the time, murders all the time, ignorance all the time. It's genocide. We have become, it's like we glorify, we become, we glorify and we are so desensitized that we glorify our own genocide. That's dumb. They was actually high living each other. Wow. Wow. Right, it's nothing to be proud of, yo. Like all of that culture, I remember the time frame, they used to mock and scorn and laugh at us, yo. All because we were clean cut. Like I remember this time frame, this one girl told me, you too clean cut for me. I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, you too clean cut. And that was when I realized, I was like, you know what? When she's saying that meaning, that means responsibility. You know what I mean? So just like, anytime when a black man and woman is sharp and clean cut and intelligent, you want to know what that shows to them? Responsibility and accountability. Yeah. Whenever they see black men and women that are intelligent, that are sharp and clean cut, you want to know what that shows? It shows that we on our square, we are responsible and accountable. Exactly right, yeah. They know they dumbed us down. Exactly. And many of us at times, we dumbed ourselves down because we thought that was being black enough or we wanted to fit in. You said, they was actually high-fiving each other. Wow, that's crazy, yo. Right, dumbing us down. Right, and that's what I'm saying, yo. I really get tired of our people that want to be dumbing ourselves down. They want to be dumbing other people down only to keep them ignorant. And then every time you want it to be better, man, you think you better than somebody. Man, you think you better than somebody. You think you better. It's not the fact I think that I'm better than anybody. I'm striving to be better, yo. I'm striving to be better. As a matter of fact, if you really want to take a look at it, I'm a walking example. I should be the example. Being intelligent and articulate, that should be the example. That's what Bill Cosby was doing in the 80s. Hey, Thurman Humphreys, when he was showing the black family that it is okay. It is okay to be intelligent. It is okay to be articulate. That does not mean that we are talking white. That does not mean that we are trying to be better. That does not mean that we are coons and sellouts. We got to get that thought out of our mind that being negative and low vibration is cool. It's not. That's what killing us, yo. We killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves with that way of thinking, yo. It really is. And guess what? Intelligence got us this far. Look at all of them niggas that want to be ignorant. Where are they? Underground, yup, they in the cage or the casket. All because they wanted to be ignorant. They thought wilding out, spazzing out. Yo, what the fuck, yo? What the fuck, yo? Trying to see me, yo? I'm just saying, dude, yo. You think that's being real? You think that's being cool? Come on now, yo. You thinking that wilding out, spazzing out shit is cool? You think being ignorant is being black enough? Guess what? That's not. It's not, yo. That mentality leads to a fucked up reality. And guess what? None of them niggas wanted to use their intelligence. And here's the funny thing about it. Most of them that wanted to mock us and scorn us for having intelligence, they were stuck in ignorance. And guess what? They wound up crashing out. They wound up crashing out in their own ignorance. That's right, T-Mac New York. That's right. Our intelligence has helped the world. Exactly. Exactly. BF95. You feel me? Get the lights up, y'all. Yeah, that's real, yo. It really helped us get through the world, yo. Even I'm talking about even really going through a lot of the hard times. Guess what though, yo? It helped us get through this world. It helped us to navigate. It helped us to accelerate. It helped us to build upon something. Having a legacy, see, having intelligence leads to a legacy. You feel me? Only, yeah. You feel me? They only left memories, but no legacy. Having an intelligence leads to a legacy. Having ignorance only leads to you being a memory. Yes, they did, so error, yup. Right, I feel you, so error, yup, I feel you. They really try so hard to program our children. Because I remember the time frame, they used to really think that stuff like New Jack City Boys in the Hood Minister Society was something to really glorify. Nobody was right. No, it was not. It was meant to to do what? Teach you a lesson. But instead, a lot of our people, they wanted to dive into that ignorance, thinking that was cool. No, it was not. That street mentality has led to so many fucked up realities. You feel me? So many, so many people are dead. So many people that are dead that did not max their potential. They never maximized their own potential. Why? Because they never wanted to dive into their own potential, yo. So many people dove into ignorance. They never maximized their own potential, and that's the problem. It's okay to be smart and intelligent, yo. We really gotta restore that intelligence into our people, yo. That it is okay to have the book smart, even the street smart. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. We're not saying that. That's the thing. We're not saying. Oh, thank you, beautiful love, for the $5 donation. Thank you, sis. Thank you, beautiful love. Yes, because that is something that I've been preaching for a hell of a long time. That it is okay to be smart and intelligent. It is okay to have a brain. It really is, man. It is really okay to have a brain. You want to know why? Because like I said, I really get sick and tired of our people want to be diving into ignorance and want to ignore the intelligence, and then you want to try to bully the people that is really being intelligent. Hey, Mary Demetrius. Yup. And they was going for all those movies back in the day a lot. Yup, exactly. From the 80s and the 90s, all did a Locked Up for Life. That's right, Mary BF 95. Yup. All of them dudes that wanted to glorify all of that stuff. Guess what? Either they are locked up or dead for not really using none of the intelligence. And guess what? All of them dudes, BF 95, like you said, they were wilding out, spazzing out, crashing out. Why? Because their ignorance. You dove into ignorance, and then guess what? It allowed you to crash out. Because you were so, it's like your mind is so clouded and blocked into ignorance. Ignorance, when you dive into ignorance, when your mind is clouded into ignorance, it will wipe out your own existence. You were wiping out your own existence when you were diving into ignorance. Bars. That's another quote. You were wiping out your own existence by diving into ignorance. That's right. You were wiping out your own existence when you were diving into ignorance. And guess what? Look at all of the dudes that was out there diving into ignorance. They all dead. Many of them was already dead on the inside. A lot of people, let me tell you something, yo. When you don't have an intelligence, you were already dead. There's a lot of people that are already dead that's just not in the casket yet. It is. Intelligence keeps you alive. Ignorance will keep you dead. Woo! Wow, you remember Boys in the Hood back in the day? At the hood, it was two dudes jacking this white chick in a car and they started fighting each other. over who was gonna make the hustle. Wow, that's crazy, yo. See that, right? Seen a lot of crazy shit back in the day. I can only imagine being for 95, yeah. Yeah, that's why I supported let go the traumas. Exactly, yeah. I remember those days coming up as a young kid, man. You know what I mean? Going to school, really being intelligent, man, and just, you know what I mean, like being called the clown, being called the sellout, all because I wanted to elevate my mind, all because I wanted to study. You know what I mean? Calling us bookworms or calling us we ain't black enough, yo. We really gotta get rid of this culture of thinking that being ignorant is being black enough, yo. We really gotta stop that. We really gotta stop this ignorance. I'm talking about this thug culture and this thought culture, yo. Thought and thug culture is low vibrational, and it really doesn't lead to anywhere being. It really doesn't lead nothing to being civilized, yo. That's the thing, yo. We are being civilized. And remember the days they used to call us squares? Guess what? You wanna know why? Y'all were right. We was being squares. You wanna know why? Because we were standard ordered. What do we say, yo? What do we say when we want to get our life in order? I'ma get things squared away. Get yourself squared away. So guess what? When they were calling us squares, guess what? We were doing the right thing, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, when they called the squares, they were right. We were standing on it. What do you say when you want to get your life in order? Get your life squared away. Look, man, I'm about to get squared away. A square is in order. You feel me? So they were being right. We were getting things squared away. We were standing on our square. They were ignorant. They were off their square. When you were not dealing with intelligence, you were off your square. You were out of order. But when you're dealing with intelligence, you were in order. That means you on your square. You being upright. That's right. We being upright. That is what intelligence does. You being upright. You in your right mind. When you were dealing with ignorance, you're not in your right mind. You were out of your mind. When you were in ignorance, you were out of your mind. When you were dealing with intelligence, you were in your mind. You were in your mind. When you were, yeah, they called the squares. Why? We was being order. And remember the days they still, like I said, they always thought that wilding out shit was being hard, being tough. No, it was not. And I remember the days these be wilding out. Yo, motherfucker, see you, yo. Niggas ain't fuck playing, yo. And you know what I mean? When I was young, I used to think that was really being cool. But guess what? All of that was what? Feminine, low vibrational behavior. And guess what? We were the ones being calm. They were the ones wilding out. You want to know why? We was in order. They was out of order. All of that wilding out, that's chaos. That's not being in order. Right? It's whack. And ladies, and guess what, ladies? And I know when y'all ladies used to see that, I know y'all was looking like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Ladies, I got a question. When y'all seen these wilding out like that, what the fuck, yo? What the fuck, yo? So see me, yo? What used to go to y'all mind, ladies, when y'all used to see that shit, yo? Or like, yo, the fuck, yo, the fuck, yo, say, yo, the fuck, yo. Ladies, I know that shit was like, what the hell? You was called the square as an adult by family? Wow. Wow, you got picked on for playing that. Thank you. Righteous indignation said emotional. Thank you. Janie said stupid. Thank you. Right. We has to lower ourselves to fit in. Thank you, righteous indignation. She said emotional. Thank you. Exactly. And I got a question, righteous indignation. Whenever you seen the dude wilding out like that against another dude that's calm, I got a question. How are you going to look at the dude that's calm towards the dude that is wilding out? How y'all ladies going to look at that? Because I remember dudes saying, no, me niggas going to see you, yo. Niggas going to kill you, yo. Niggas ain't fucking playing, yo. Swear to God, yo. I'm going to fight that nigga, yo. The fuck, yo. Ladies, when y'all saw that kind of behavior, right? And you see the man that is calm, what goes through your mind? Beautiful Love said, I got scared. Damn, she said the dude that's calm looked crazier. They said I talk proper, yup. She said the dude that's calmer look crazier. Yeah, niggas gonna see you, yo. Swear to God, yo. Gonna see you, yo. Yeah, that dumb shit. wilding the fuck out talking about they gonna see some damn body. Doing all of that damn bullshit, yup. Meaning more than dangerous? Exactly, yup. Cause I remember that one time frame, like I was living with somebody and the dude was always wilding down, spazzing out. And I was over there looking at it the whole entire time, being calm. And I remember the time people were like, don't let them talk like that way. But then of course I would tell them, calm the fuck down. You really need to calm the hell down because guess what? A woman is not gonna look at that really being hard. Now a dummy is. But when you're dealing with a real woman is not gonna like that kind of behavior. Why? If a man is gonna wild out like that dealing with another man, just think how she is, just think how he is dealing with her. Now they got this mask in their 50s. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yo, that ignorant, exactly. Here's the thinking one, exactly. Cause I'm telling you, yo, like I remember the time frame seeing that kind of ignorance from them dudes, yo. You wanna know what was so crazy, yo? I used to be like, yo, what is wrong with these dudes, yo? And the sad part about it is some of the women out there really was out there glorifying that shit, really thinking that it was cool and all that. But guess what? All of that ignorant, wild out shit, yo, it leads to an early grave, yo. Yeah, BF 95, yo, it's still some dudes out there like that, yo. It is. I was living with one at one point in time. I'm looking like, what the fuck, yo? Just wilding out, huffing and puffing. Bruh, it's gonna be alright. Hey, Ella Bailey, yes. It's like, yo, where did they think, yo? It's like they always thought this hardcore mentality was gonna have them live forever. It's like, what are you proving? That street mentality, where did it get y'all? It's dumb. It is dumb. It's like y'all are going out there to try to prove you a harder man than the next man. Right, yeah, BF 95 Deuce and they 50 still like that. Mean mugging. All up in another man's face. It's dumb. But I saw this one video, yo. This one dude, he made me so proud when I heard this, yo. He said, squares are the real ones. He said the real ones were the squares. Yup. Yo. That's right. He said the squares were the real ones the whole time. Yup. He said we were the real ones the whole entire time. He ain't lying. The ones we call squares were the real ones all along. Yup. When I heard that, I said, you know what, he right. We was. Hey, J13, boy, 861. Hey, D Lockett. And you want to know what we was doing? We were being the leaders. We were being leaders, yo. Yo, we were standing on our square, yo. We were being leaders. They were being cheaters. We were being the leaders. That's right. We were standing on our square. We the real ones, yo. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I saw a video, man, when the guy was like, he said the squares were the real ones. Uh-uh. When the square was really the tough guy. Because the square didn't fold. Yup. When the pressure came, the square stood on business. Now listen, I don't agree with Willie D, but I don't gotta agree, but I agree with the message. Yo, this is real shit, yo. I was the tough guy. When the square was really the tough guy. Because the square didn't fold. When the pressure came, the square stood on business. The square wanted the cool guy's life growing up. Mm-hmm. Now that everybody's all grown, the cool guy wants the square guy's life. Yep. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. He ain't lying. We was on our, Yup, Paul G's, yup. Real tough. Exactly. And most of them tough guys in the streets are snitching. That's real talk, yo. Yeah, we would, yo. For real, yo, real talk, yo. We were the ones, yo. Yo, we stood on business. Why? We stood on our square. That's right. Yup. That's right, yo. We was on our square, yo. So guess what? We were the real tough ones, yo. You wanna know why? Think about all of them street niggas that are out there. You know what I mean? That was out there. Where are they? They gone and we still here. And I got a bar for y'all in a rhyme. And I'ma talk to the younger generation. And I say, yo, listen up, younger generation. And I gotta be clear. The ones that school me to the streets are not even here. Not even here. The ones that wanted to be in the damn street, they not even here. But guess what? Yup, locked up in the square. Exactly. Yup. By them not being on their square, they are locked up in a square. Or underground in one, in a box. So if you don't stand on your square, the enemy will put you in one of their squares. In a box. A prison cell or the coffin. We were using our intelligence, yo. We didn't fold. We didn't fall to none of the temptation. We didn't fold to none of that. We didn't fold to their system. You know what I mean? Think about that, yo. Right, the squares are the ones that experience the longevity as of right about now. That's right, for standing on their squares. So guess what? You right. We were the real ones. That's right. Beautiful love, la, la, la. That's right. Boy, 6, when I see y'all. Yeah, somebody put the links in the chat, family. Yeah, family. So this really goes to the men and the women. So guess what? Even to the women, you were on your square. You were, yo, listen, yo. We were doing the right thing, yo. We were really doing the exact right thing the whole entire time. We were on our square. Getting our lives squared away. Using our intelligence. You were square. You know what? You're right. I'm standing on it. Why? Because I'm being upright. While I'm being upright. While I'm on my square being upright. You were in chaos, uptight. Oh, bars. Hold up. Hold up. I'm on my square being upright. You in chaos and you uptight. Bars for days. Damn. That's right. We righteous being upright. You were being ignorant and you uptight. Ignorance will keep you uptight. Why? Because you're dealing with confusion. See, when you're dealing with intelligence, you were dealing with a solution. When you were dealing with ignorance, you deal with confusion. Bars. Bars. Come on. Intelligence deal with solutions. Ignorance deals with confusion. Bars. Come on, man. Bars for days. That's right, yup. La, 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 la. Thank you, Beautiful Love. Beautiful Love has the link in the chat to donate to the cash chat. Thank you, Beautiful Love, for the $5 donation, darling. Appreciate it, sis. That's right. You being upright. Hey, too truthful. That's right. We were standing on our square, but they were trying to fit in the circles. That's right, yup. That's right, yo. That's right. We were standing on our square. So guess what? We were the squares. But see, here's the thing. The squares, we was aware. The squares, yup. 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 The squares, we thought outside of the box from the traps that they wasn't aware. We stood in our square, but we was aware. That's right. We stood on our square and we was aware. And guess what? And all of those people that was not on their square, they are to be, yup, they are found nowhere. All of them niggas are gone. All of them street niggas and them street chicks, all of them are gone. Locked up and dead. but we stood on our square. That's right. So guess what, family? Being intelligent is that we on our square. That's right. Your bully passed away from K2. Yeah, and guess what? All of the people that bullied us are locked up and dead. So guess what, family? We won. So now it is really about that time frame. We gotta restore that. We gotta be the walking examples of showing that. And another thing as well, man, I'm gonna tell you why we are in the season. Don't be afraid to show your intelligence. Don't be afraid to open up that mind. It's okay to be young. You know what I mean? So-called black and intelligent. It is okay. As melanated beings, that's right. Still standing 10 toes down. Yup. And if y'all would like to donate to the chat, any amounts appreciated, family. The cash app is $B-Mouse8, man. I see you, boy, 861. La, 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 la. That's right. Yup. So think about it. Think about it, man. We used our intelligence, yo. We could have got, yo, think about it. We could have been murderers. We could have been hustlers, drug dealers, but guess what? We had a conscience. That's right, beautiful love. We saw everything and they didn't. That's right. And another thing as well, even though those movies were showing that, we used our intelligence to see the message. They neglected the message. We received it. That's right. Ever since I was young, I knew that this whole entire, put it like this, ignorance is a system. You want to go into their system of ignorance, you fall right into the trap. You selling drugs, you want to be the hardest man out. You want to be out there killing one another, doing one another. You feel me? What are you gaining? Being ignorant and killing your own, what are you gaining? For real. Right, what are you really gaining by being ignorant? You thinking being ignorant is cool, but you thinking being intelligent is corny. But guess what? All of us that were intelligent, guess what? We are still here. That's right, boy, 861. We knew this when we was young. Exactly. That's right, D Block it. All my links in the chat, family. Somebody put all of my links in the chat. Get them likes up. That's right, family. We gotta restore that, yo. We gotta get rid of this ignorance. We gotta get rid of this whole entire ignorant spell from our community, yo. Because I remember those days, man, at times, I really tried to defend it, maybe try to talk a certain way, maybe try to act a certain way, but I never sagged my pants or none of that craziness. Why? Because I was just being me and doing me. You feel me? I'm up there doing me, and I'm up there just being me. Why? I was on my square. And people that are on their square, we walk a certain way, we talk a certain way, we look a certain way. You want to know why? We are the walking examples of being intelligent. And being intelligent, intelligence requires accountability. Being ignorant, it requires no accountability. You feel me? Yeah, y'all couldn't stand it either, yo. I didn't like the fact they tried to force us to join gangs as well. Exactly, I never really liked that as well. Because all what they were doing, they were really casting the spell over our community, you feel me? I never sagged my pants, I never did that. I always thought like something was really wrong with that, you feel me? Like, I just never did that, you feel me? I mean, because when you really want to think about it, that is the open invitation to homosexuality. And here's another thing as well, yo. The street shit, yo. You want to know what it's there for, yo? The street shit is a yo. You know what the street you know what I finally figured out what the street is? It's butt breaking. The whole street shit, it deals with homosexuality and it's about butt breaking. Yup, the street shit is a pipeline to homosexuality. Yup, the street mentality is a process for a butt-broken homosexuality. Yup, the street mentality is a butt-broken process for homosexuality. Think about it. When you really look at the streets, think about it. It's leading into homosexuality. Think about it. You around men all day. You sag your pants around men all day. You always in another man's face. It's men that are jealous of one another. Then at the same time, you go to prison. You around men all day, pants sagging. And then what happens? Guys get raped in jail. They get butt broken. All of that. The street mentality is a pipeline to homosexuality. Because you around men all day. Right, showing your ass to another man. Exactly. The street life is a pipeline to homosexuality. That's all what it does. It butt breaks up. Get them likes up, family. It's a new beat, y'all. Hey, hey. That's the new one, y'all. Hey. Hey. You hear that? Hey. Yeah, I know you love that sample. It's 11:11 too. Yep. Yup, ain't that something? Yup, and exactly, yup. And no ladies around. Yup, and no ladies around. I see you out the one and only. Exactly, yup. And they are proud to do it. Exactly, yup. The street mentality, yup, the street mentality is a pipeline in the homosexuality. It is. You feeling that? Big Ross said men penetrated is unfit to rule. Wow. See that? That street mentality is a pipeline into homosexuality. Think about it. They hang with their men all day. They hang around men all day. You feel me? They hang around men all day. Roll with each other all day. No women around. You gotta look at that, yo. It's like it's like they come home talking about how they was in jail. When they in jail, they talk about how they was all up in the daggone prison. You feel me? And guess what? They around men all day. And you want to know how I know? Guess what, yo? They be having girlfriends but hang with they homeboys all day. You got to look at that. The street mentality is a pipeline to homosexuality. Oh yeah, Rod, the one and only. Yeah, unfit the rule. That's right, Janie. Yup. Men penetrated, unfit the rule. Exactly. Yup. All my links in the chat. Thank you, beautiful love. Yup, to donate to the chat. Any amounts appreciated. Beautiful love got the link to the chat. Woo! Yup, that's it. That's right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. You feel me? And that is an ignorant mentality. You feel me? Having the mentality of being ignorant is no benefit. Boss. It's no benefit in being ignorant. You know they say street dudes are the biggest. Oh yeah! Oh yes indeed. That's right, BF95, yup. Street dudes are the biggest they are dudes. Oh yes. Oh yes they are. Them street dudes, they are the biggest homosexuals on the low. Yes they are. You wanna know how I know? Just look at their mentality, that rah-rah shit. And then again, I heard it from many women. I heard stories of many women dealing with them dudes and they caught them with another dude. They caught them coming out of the gay club. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for real. Yes. They the biggest DO niggas. You better believe it. You best believe it. Yes. And that ignorant mentality, man, has brought in a fucked up reality, yo. And that reality has produced nothing, yo. Right, I never felt to be an op of people, right, that look like me, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand it. It's like, you going around here looking at your people as the damn enemy. That dudes on the corner with bonnets now. Exactly. All up on the damn corner with bonnets on. They still want to be on the dumb shit, yo. It's like, what are y'all really gaining, yo? It's like, I never really understand, why do you want a name in the streets? You feel me? So Eric, yes, think about it. Put two and two together. Yo, the street mentality is the pipeline in the homosexuality. Why? Because the gangs came from masonry, and you know what they do in masonry? They buck break those men. So they brought that shit into the damn street. Yeah, Prince Hall, yup. Yup. Look at it. Think about it. The street mentality is around men all day. It's ignorance. Arguing amongst men. Chilling with men, arguing, fighting all day amongst men. That's ignorant, yo. It's no benefit into being ignorant, yo. Don't even want to use none of your intelligence to build something better. It's like, why do you want to have a street? You want to have street glory. That's all you want? Fighting over territory? You want street glory for fighting over fake territory? Is that all you want to be a part of your story? Trying to fight over some blocks you don't own? Make it make sense. Right. Your father's son used to spend more time with his friends than us. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, yup. You say I saw that they kicked the bucket. Yeah, yo. Grown ass men on corners still want to be standing on the fucking corner. You feel me? Still want to be standing on the corner doing dumb shit. And guess what? Like I said, hey Marie Rita, all of them are gone, yo. Even the girls, yup, the guys and the girls, all of them are gone, yup. You feel me? We gotta stop limiting our potential, yo. We really gotta stop potential into ignorance, yo. The people from our generation that are dead. Look at all of the ones from Generation X. Millennials are even going into Gen Z. But Generation X to Millennials, we lost a lot of lives that wanted to be glorifying genocide, yo. They really became desensitized to own genocide, and that is ignorant, yo. That's a quote from me. There's no benefit into being ignorant. It's not. You've been doing exactly what the enemy wants you to do, to be ignorant, yo. They want us to be dumbed down. They want us to be slow. They don't want us to think and do. Don't just be a thinker. We got to be doers as well. Because that's been one of the main things they really wanted to do to our people, is to not use our brain. It's to not think outside of the box and to really educate ourselves. Get them lights up, y'all. Get them lights up. Yeah, lost a lot of people, Gen X and Millennials, yup. Yo said, what was that rap yesterday, Rod the One and Only? Or that Beyond Betrayed? Yup. And guess what? When you want to be ignorant towards your own people, you betrayed yourself and your own people, yo. For real, yo. Like we have literally taken on the culture of ignorance, yo, for way too long, for the last 3 to 4 decades. And we really gotta break that cycle, yo. We really gotta break that cycle, yo. You feel me? Thank you, Sister Iman. Sister Iman got all of the links in the chat as well. To the PayPal, the Cash App, the IG. Yup. Thank you, mods. Thank you, y'all, for putting the links up in the chat. And I really get tired of them kicking people out of the chat, man. And people not getting notifications. They want to block the message. Nah, yo. Yeah, it's a spell, yo. That's all what it is, yo. It's just a spell. It really is, yo. It really is. You know what I mean? A spell. And like I said, though, yo. Like I said, it is really okay to be smart. Because like I said, yo, being intelligent, being articulate, and being smart, man, and really having the brain, guess what, yo? We on our square, yo. We are really on our square. And there's nothing wrong. So when they want to call us squares, guess what? They right. We were standing on it, yo. We were being upright. We were being civilized. You feel me? Those were the people out there. They were being uncivilized. You feel me? They were being uncivilized. So what we gonna be doing is we gonna be doing what, yo? Taking that away, yo. You feel me? We are bringing back the civilized way of thinking, yo. The uncivilized way of thinking in our community has really held us back, yo. And I'm really getting tired of seeing people that got like minds being called Uncle Toms or being coons and sellouts. All because we want to be civilized. We want to be better as a people. That's right. We want to be a people with decency. Because I remember the time frame when you was around certain people and you wanted to be acting all crazy, they would put you to the side like, yo, don't be acting like that, man. She'll be out in the public, yo, you making this look bad. That's another thing we really got to start doing as well. We used to really try to stop the uncivilized, like, yo, don't be acting like that in the public, yo. Chill, man. Chill, man. Don't be acting like that, yo. For real, man. Like, I'm going hard. I'm going hard. You ain't going hard, yo. That's going dumb. You're not going hard. You're going dumb. You're not going hard. You're going dumb. You feel me? That's another lyric, but I'm gonna go to this first. Won't pretend that I intend to stop living. I feel you, original one. I went through the same thing, and like I said, many of us can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Many of us, yeah, man, really, yeah, man, really, yeah. Many of us can relate, man. Yeah, yeah, for real, man. Many of us, like I said, many of us, man, we've been bullied. You know what I'm saying? We've been tried and tested. You feel me? We've been tried and tested. We've been mocked and scorned. We've been laughed at. All of that. I'm talking about spiritually castrated. I'm talking about many good times we really had to fight. Oftentimes we never really tried to be fighters. We fight with the mind. You feel me? That's the biggest fight right there that we know. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the reason why those people lost the fight, because they really did not know how to fight mentally. You feel me? They were ready to fight physically. You know what I'm saying? But not ready to fight mentally. You feel me? We need to go ahead and to really have minds that are going to be educated in the minds of our people, yo, and stop bullying them, yo. We need to have people that's going to be what? Thinkers and doers, not just thinkers, but also great doers. You feel me? Yeah, sister Iman, yeah, even my own family clown me. Yup, I went through the same thing. Like all of the friends that like all of the friends that I grew up with. Guess what? I used to get picked on all the time because I was really smart and intelligent. You know what? As a matter of fact, you wanna know, you wanna know who we was growing up. Remember Sharif on Minister Society? There are many Sharifs in the hood, yo. Remember Sharif on Minister Society, yo. And another thing as well, when it come down to Sharif getting killed in the movie, that was really, really sad. But that was also a lesson as well. When you got intelligence and you know what you're dealing with, you got to stop hanging with them kind of friends as well. You feel me? Because even when I got older, like all of the friends that I was growing up with, what did I do? I started to what? Get away from it. Why? Because they was not really using their intelligence. They was always going out, getting into fights, and they were just, yeah, man, low vibration. You feel me? Yeah, man, it's like as you really get older, you really begin to see like you having an intelligence, man. It's like you grow wiser, you know? You don't do the same dumb shit anymore. You feel me? Yeah, yo. We gotta restore that in our community, yo. That's what's been holding us back, yo. And I firmly believe they got the agents planning everywhere to do what? Try to destroy the ones that are really intelligent. I firmly believe that as well, yo. I'm serious, yo. I'm glad, man. Yo, like I said, I'm glad, man, that we, you know what I mean, that we really stood the test of time. Of us, man, you know what I mean, saying, you know, let me slow down. Of us, man, overcoming all of the challenges, yup. Oh yeah, Paul Juice, yup. And I'm really, really glad that we overcame the challenges. We overcame a lot of them. We overcame so many daggone pitfalls. Why? Yup, Sharif was the only one that stayed with Kane. Harold at the rear. Exactly, yup. Sharif is the only one that stayed with Harold, yup. Exactly. Sharif was the smartest one. But see, he should have been smarter to like really get away from them because it was so sad. He was still hanging around his friends. And he was guilty by what? Association. But he was helping his friend because they was all going to be moving. You feel me? They was all leaving out together that day. You feel me? And what was so crazy was that he was really guilty by association. But there are many Sharifs in the hood. You feel me? And the sad part about it is Sharif get ostracized. Sharif getting, you know what I mean? We need more Sharifs. As a matter of fact, the two main characters we need to have in our hood, we need Furious Styles and we need Sharif. Yup, and Sharif didn't even know Harold like that. You feel me? He was up there educating the brothers. Y'all need to stop calling each other niggas, you know what I mean? Like, nah, man, I don't want y'all drinking this poison. You know what I mean? Guess what? I was like Sharif. Many of the brothers, we were like Sharif. Even some of y'all sisters. Yeah, BF95, yup. Exactly. Exactly, beautiful love. Yup, exactly, yeah. Yup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely need a Furious Styles. Somebody that's going to be educating. You know what I mean? And here's the funny thing about it. People like Furious Styles, guess what? We need a Furious Styles and the Charles Rock Dutton. And guess what? Those were the main two speeches. Remember, boys, in the Furious Styles talking about gentrification and Charles Rock Dutton, who's from B-More? He said, the hunt is on and you're the prey. That was the message. We need to hear that. That was the main thing. That the main part of the movie, the main message was right there. And that message went right over everybody's heads. We need those type of guys. We need those in the neighborhood. You feel me? And the sad part about it is many of those brothers, they get ostracized, they get talked down, they get mocked, they get scolded. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, yo. Man, I don't want to hear that bullshit, though, yo. Man, I don't want to hear about history. And another motherfucking thing as well, yo. What did they say? My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. By our people having a lack of knowledge, that's why, that's why we are the way that we are. Why? Lack of knowledge. Thank you, Paul Juice. I said that. Furious Styles was talking about gentrification in the 90s. Yup, I said that. Yup. All my links in the chat, family. We having a wonderful stream. Great music, great message, family. And if you'd like to show your brother love, show your brother love and support, all the links are going to be in the chat, family. All the links are going to be right in the chat to donate, to follow me. You want the playlist? All the links are right there in the chat. Yep. Thank you, beautiful love. Yeah, that's real, man. We need to have more Charles Rock Duttons. We need to have more Furious Styles. Yup, way ahead of his time. Yup. We need to have that. Yup, and even in the movie Poetic Justice, remember the scene with Maya Angelou when she was up there talking about the women? She's young, she's loose. They were giving the message to the women and stuff like that. You feel me? They were giving us the message right all day in the movie, yo. We gotta get out of this mindset of low vibration is a part of our culture, and that's who we are. Ignorance does not define us, man. We gotta stop letting ignorance define us, man. Ignorance has blinded us, yo. You feel me? We have been blinded by ignorance, negativity, low vibration. You feel me? They use the music to glorify a gangster mentality, poisoning the minds of our people. And we owe Dolores Tucker an apology, yo. We owe her an apology, yo. And I'm gonna really be real, yo. We owe all of our elders who was against gangster rap an apology. We do, yo. We owe them an apology, yo. It wasn't the fact that they was against hip hop. They was against the ignorance of gangster rap. You feel me? They was against the ignorance of gangster rap. You feel me? They saw the ignorance. You feel me? And we gotta learn, like I said, we gotta instill that into our children, yo. It was called The Corner, Paul Juice. The Corner. Before The Wire, it was called The Corner, yup. And that was real. That was real, yo. Yep. That's real, family, yes. Yep, The Wire, yep, that was real, yo. The Corner, yep. Oh yeah, BFF 95, yup. The KFC scene on the movie School Days, yup. He was like, ain't just another nigga say you're not niggas. That was a good message that went over a lot of people's heads. Exactly, you're not niggas. Nas even said that. We much more. They say we NIGGER. We are much more. We bigger than niggas. And that's another thing. We got to get out of this real nigga mentality. I'm a real nigga. What the fuck does that mean? I never really understood that I'm a real nigga. What is that? Stop being real niggas. Be real men, yo. We got to start being real men and women. What is a real nigga, yo? We got to get out of that, yo. I'm sick of that real nigga mentality, yo. Yeah, I feel you, BF 95. That's right. Yeah, yo. We not niggas, yo. Yeah, yo. That real nigga mentality, yo. What is a real nigga, yo? What is a real nigga? That's what I'm saying. That used to really get on my fucking nerves, yo. When I used to hear people say that. I'm a real nigga. I'm a real one. I'm a real nigga. Hey, Authentic Talk Podcast, what's going on? I'm sick of that mentality, yo. I'm a real nigga. I'm real this. I'm real that. I'm a real bitch. I'm thugged out. And then what? You thugged out and then get rubbed out. I'm a real bitch. I'm a boss ass bitch. I'm a real nigga. Doing what? Real niggas do real things. Doing what? Like I remember the time the chick was up there talking to this dude talking about real niggas do real things. You a chef at Tony Roma's. So what? Talking about you a chef. Okay, but I'm looking at it. It's like now when I'm looking at it, homeboy was doing the right thing. He was a chef at Tony Roma's and then he wanted to cut hair. That man is okay. What is real things? Real niggas do real things. You a chef at Tony Roma's. Okay. Guess what? He be in the square. And you want to know what he was doing? He was squaring his life away. He being the daggone chef. And he being the chef in the bar. But guess what? He getting this money right. What is real nigga right? Real nigga this, real nigga that. What is that? Know what I mean? This is the real life. I live this life. I live this real life. I'm a real nigga. What real life? What real life? That's that bullshit Hassan Campbell be talking about. You know what I'm saying? I live a real life. Real life of what? A real life of what? What real life? I live this real life. What real life? A lot of us live in real life. What up, C-Mac? We live in our lives. What real life you talking about? Right, yeah, what is that? Y'all niggas and bitches getting on my nerves with that. I live a real life. I live this life. What life? Right, a real life for ignorance, right. That's right, Trey, the program, exactly. Y'all niggas and bitches done. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a real bitch. I'm a real one. A real one in what? A boss ass nigga doing what? A real one in what? I'm a real one. Remember this one dude, you know me up there talking, you know what I mean? Niggas get down. You know what I'm saying? I live this life. Okay. Hey, what up, Citizen Man TV? Appreciate you, bro. A real life for what? I live this life. Okay, and? Okay, and? You a real nigga. Hey, Kimberly Hot Dabba. A real one in what? What are you doing that's so real? I live a real life. I live a hard life. So what? You want to be living the hard life, looking over your shoulder all the time? Like, I remember this one time, I don't know why my family brought him around at this time. They made it seem like I was being a knucklehead, and some dude who was living the street life, he got out of it. He all up there talking to me like, you know what I'm saying? What you know about flipping O's? What you know about doing this and that? Flipping O's, 6 O's. What you know about doing that? You don't know nothing about that. What you know about niggas, you know what I'm saying? Come up in your house. You know what I'm saying? Niggas kidnap you, tie you up. You don't know about that life. I don't want to know about that life. I don't want to know about that fucking life. You think I want killers coming into my house, tying up my family, robbing me? You think I'm gonna look over my shoulder? No. You don't know about that. I don't fucking care. Know about flipping nose, flipping patch. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got guns on them. I don't give a fuck, yo. That bullshit. What you know about that life? He ain't about that life. I'm not trying to be. Y'all niggas want to sit around. You ain't about that life. I ain't trying to be. I know that. Tell me something that I don't know. Why the fuck would I want to be about a life that is toxic, yo? And they be the same bitch ass niggas snitching. But you want to be telling us, yo, don't be snitching, yo. Don't be snitching, yo. Niggas will kill you for that. Y'all be the main motherfucking DO ass niggas snitching. The biggest bitch ass niggas that I ever met was in the street. Street niggas are the biggest bitch ass niggas. Street niggas are the biggest. Yeah, I'm proud to be a citizen as well, yup. Yeah, I'm proud of that, yo. Right, you know about that. I don't care to know. You feel me, C-Mac? Size the big. You know about that. I don't want to know. You think I want to know about the feds coming into my damn house? And another thing as well, a lot of dudes got killed and a lot of women got killed for being in that life. Yeah, a lot of women got waxed. A lot of women got killed in our city being in that life. Ain't that right, C-Mac? A lot of women got killed in our city. Waxed. You feel me, C-Mac? Yeah. And like I said, to all the guys that was in the streets, you know what I mean? They got out that life and turned your life around. I commend you. Because like Willie D said, we wanted the cool guy's life. But as we got older, the cool guys want our life. And I will admit, I remember one guy, he came to me, he was like, yo, B. He said the whole entire time, yo, you was right, yo. Damn, for real, C-Mac, a lady lived across from me did years ago. Yeah, yo. For real, yo. A lot of chicks got killed for being in that life. You want to be in ignorance. You want to be in some street life, some hard life. In and out of jail, in and out of prison, dealing with bail all the time. You in and out of jail, you always need bail. Then you got to worry about the feds. You're looking over your shoulder. Then you got to worry about people snitching on you. Then you got to worry about your mans and them. Yo, it's too much, yo. I'm so glad I never got involved in that street life, yo. I got no regrets. Guess what, yo? We with the squares. Guess what, yo? We with the real ones, yo. We with the real ones, yo. Why? They called the squares because we were standing on our square. We were getting our lives what? Squared away. Yup. That life can lead to what? You in the early grave or you're gonna be a prison slave. Y'all can have it. I got no regrets. That I'm glad I never got involved in that street life. Yup. They ran up in the house, got her, and then got her man, then ran out back. Damn! Yup, that's right, D-Lock. Yo, we were the real ones, yo. We were the real ones, yo. We dodged temptation. We dodged bullets. We dodged murder, extortion, kick. Yo, think about that, yo. Think about us using our intelligence. We dodged a lot, yo. We dodged the matrix, yo. And it was a lot of temptation. That temptation, it was a lot of money and a lot of women. I seen a lot of beautiful women, yo, that was in that life. But guess what? They all dead or locked up. Any and everybody that was in that life, yo, of that matrix, they cannot escape it, yo. They did, yo. So many women from Generation Next to Millennial women are dead, yo. Many women are dead. Either they locked up or dead or strung out, yo. Damn. You said the first 5 years of my oldest kid's life I spent on felony probation. Was it cool? Damn. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, citizen, man. Damn. Yeah, man, like, yeah, you gotta deal with probation. You gotta deal with, you know what I mean, you got a fucked up record. And here's the funny thing about it. The same niggas that was out there trying to portray that, they were the one hating on us. Like, I remember the time frame, I'm going to work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm going to work, making my own money and stuff like that. Some of the biggest haters, a lot of the street dudes thought I was up there hustling. They thought I was a New York dope boy. Nah. Like, yo, what you do for a living? I work, yo. You work. How you be looking all fresh? For number one, I don't got a lot of problem. I don't got a lot of drama. I don't got a lot of bullshit. I'm not living the hard motherfucking life. The biggest haters was in the damn street, yo. The biggest haters and traitors are in the street, yo. And the sad part about it is this, yo. Them niggas be killing other street niggas and them niggas start killing each other. Look at them niggas on the internet, yo. Damn, see. Damn, citizen, man. Oh, yeah, y'all. That's the other new beat right here. Check this sample out. Woo! Oh! Rest in peace to Leah. Rock the boat. Ah! I hear that. See back, you hear that, yo? Yo, flip the Leah, rock the boat, yo. I went in the zone last night, yo. Woo! Yo, flip, rock the boat. That shit is knocking, yo. Yep, that's right. Yep, you're right, Blood Moon. Yep. Yeah, all the links in the chat, family. That's Knife Wonder, bro. That's Knife Wonder too, bro. Let me show you. That's Knife Wonder, yo. Vote Rock a Soul. If y'all like to donate to the chat, family, the Cash App $ BMouse8, PayPal www.paypal.me. Look at that. Ah, see, man, got you another one. Yeah, BF for 95. Let's go and block your speakers, bro. And I heard that last night. I'll play this back, yo. Thank you, C-Mac. C-Mac, all of the links in the chat, family. So show your brother love, donate, good message, good music. You feel me? Any amounts appreciated, man. And the reason why I'm saying this, family, I really had to think about it, yo. It takes a whole lot for me to get up here every day, yo. Do you realize how much brain power that I be using, yo, on these streams to come with this message? I really gotta prepare myself, yo, for real, yo. Doing this is not easy. I mean, to a degree it is, but at the same time, I do it because I love it. Thank you, Paul Juice. You feel me? Like I be thinking about this all day, what the next message is going to bring. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I thank the creator for me doing this, man. And I really thank the creator for me giving the voice, man, to speak for people that are like us, man. So what I'm really going to say is, as us, as the original people, man, there's nothing wrong being intelligent. It is nothing wrong having that, man. Yeah, man, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, BF, they thought the work of these was D-Boys. Yeah, yo. It is. It's mentally taxing, yo. It really is mentally taxing, man. And it's like, and it really doesn't do any good, man, because living the life of ignorance, it costs you, yo. It costs you a lot, yo. That street life, living the life of ignorance, it costs you your physical health, your mental health, that crime life, that life of ignorance, yo. We really gotta restore intelligence, yo. That's why I started this channel, because I'm one of the ones out here, yo, that want to restore intelligence and show that it is really okay. And we can also, you know what I mean, we can really show that intelligence, not to show how smart we are, but we can show it and how we can use it to build. I really want to be one of the ones, man. I've been fighting against this for a long time, man. I really have, man. I fought an internal war within myself, yo. And that was when I really had to realize it is okay to be smart, man. It is all right to be smart. It is all right to be intelligent. You want to know why? Because the whole entire time I was right, yo. I was on my square the whole time. But the problem was we wanted to fit in because we thought that was being cool. But here's the funny thing about it, yo. The squares, we were really the cool ones. Why? You want to know why? The square were the cool ones. Why? Because we kept our cool. The so-called cool ones, the so-called ones that were cool, they were the fools. The squares, we were the ones that kept our cool. Bars. We were the real ones. Why? Because we kept our cool. We stood in our square and kept our cool. We was being educated, but we wasn't being no fool. Bars. Get them lights up, y'all. How about the algorithm? Telling you, man, I'm bringing heat, man. This is the story of many of your lives. Go ahead and get them lights up, family. And follow me, BMiles8428 IG. Yeah, family, I'm good, yo. Yeah, we were the real ones, yo. We were the cool ones, yo. We were the cool ones, and we were the ones that what, yo? We stood in our square, yo. So don't even feel bad. We never fitted in. We were never meant to fit in. Why? Because we are leaders. We are chosen. You feel me? We came back to restore. Exactly what 861, yup. They do this to keep us confused so we won't get those downloads like we do. Exactly, yup. But now we are really in the time frame now. Gotta love this beat. We are really in the time frame right now. We are really going to be unlocking it. So I'm going to tell you, do not be afraid to really dive into your intelligence and to open up your brain. Because there's going to be many things we are going to be unlocking. Oftentimes we will block it on our own as well. But I'm going to tell you something, man. It is okay for that, man. And I've really been saying it for the longest time, though, yo. It's all right for the so-called black American community to be smart, yo. To be smart and intelligent. Because it's going to take our intelligence to really rebuild our republic. It's going to take intelligence to rebuild our republic. Ignorance brought us down. Intelligence is going to bring us back up, yo. Hey, Kid Jordan. All my links in the chat. Thank you, Beautiful Love. Beautiful Love got my link in the chat to donate. Y'all, Beautiful Love got my link inside of the chat. You know what I mean? To donate. Yeah, that's real, yo. Yeah, some of the squares, we have to snap with some of these, but exactly, yo. Oh, yeah, but here's the thing about the squares. Someday, you better beware of squares. If they snap on you, a square will fuck you up. I seen squares fuck niggas up, yo. Yes, they did. Yeah, all of them street niggas brought the community down and the property value. Yup. They brought it all down. Yup. That's right, yo. We were right the whole entire time, yo. Yup. We was being right. The squares are the real ones, yo. That's right, yo. That's right. They are the agents, yup. They the agents of chaos, yup. I saw that message, yo. And yeah, yo. Stand on your square. Be upright. While we being upright, the ignorant ones are being uptight, yup. And if you really ever notice something, people that are ignorant are always uptight. You notice that? People that are upright are cool. People that are ignorant are uptight. Laid back people are upright. Hey, Drika, laid back people are upright. People that are chaotic are uptight. You notice that? That's right, yup. Yup, they sure did, yup. To my squares versus street dudes, man. Let me tell you something, yo. I'm glad, yo. I'm so fucking glad, yo. You feel me? Because when you think about it, them street niggas, yo, they some bitches, yo. Yeah, always waking up with a chip on their shoulder. Yeah, we don't go time, yo. We don't go time. Man, get out of here, yo. Yeah, all that square versus thugs. Man, fuck that, yo. Squares, yup. I saw that on IG, yo. He said squares with the real ones. He said they didn't dodge temptation. They didn't dodge all of that, yo. That's real, yo. We were always the real ones. Why? We wasn't following behind the path. And guess what, yo? Look what we made ourselves into. And guess what? As they get older, the ones that was out there, they turn into squares. Yup. You wanna know why? Because we wasn't trying to live like Cain. You feel me? We wasn't trying to go out like Cain or Bishop. You feel me? And it really go to show you. Look at Cain. Look at Bishop. Look at Nino Brown. Nino Brown dead. Bishop dead. Cain dead. You feel me? Look at all of them, yo. Come on, yo. Want to call somebody a square. Come on now, yo. Stop it, yo. You want to mock somebody calling them a square, but until you wind up in the square box. You feel me? Yeah, it was. It was a lot of temptation, yo. And you want to know why so many guys wanted to do that? Because like all of the cool guys be getting all of the fly girls. They be getting the money to fly girls. But guess what? And you know what's so crazy? They all gone. Yup, all gone, yup. Yup. So yeah, family, I'm going to conclude the message. And I'm going to let the beat ride on for a little bit more. And like I said, man, I'm really, really glad at the fact, you know what I'm saying, that we had this talk, man, because we are the ones that are really going to be, you know what I'm saying, about show they played Cain. Suge Knight said, you heard about Suge Knight said about yo that played Cain. Oh yeah, I heard. You talking about Tyra Turner? Matter of fact, I really didn't hear what he said. Oh yeah, yup. He was playing naked basketball with Jamie Foxx. And he was stuttering like he was in the Turkish. Yeah, yup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about that, yo. Oh yeah, yup. I heard about that, yo. Yeah, they were saying Suge Knight said he had a gay relationship with Jamie Foxx. Yeah, they say he was lovers with Dr. Dre. Yeah, he was lovers with Dr. Dre and Jamie Foxx. Yup. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yup. Kane. Stay up, Kane, don't die. Yeah, remember that? Yup, he said Yo said he was the Hollywood guzzler. Damn. Oh yeah, they did say he was. Yup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They called him the Hollywood guzzler. Damn. Oh. Wow. This beat is knocking, yo. Yeah, man, that's real, yo. Yup, damn. Them freaky ass street niggas, yup. Oh yeah. They the biggest Bati boys. Yup, damn shame, yup. Yup, damn shame. Yeah, family. Yep, I'm glad we had this really good talk, family. It's been another really good talk, family. I'm glad that we had that. And another thing as well, I know a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know a lot of y'all, you know what I mean, can relate to that, you feel me? Many of y'all can relate to it. Like I say, even if y'all was out there in the street, but you got up out of there and you make corrections in your life, I commend you. You feel me? Because I don't judge anybody, the life that they live at one point in time. But I also, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Beautiful Love, for the $2 donation. Thank you, darling. Oh, that's your song too, yep. Yeah, family. Because family, like, put it like this. What I'm doing right about now, family, this is something that I always wanted to do ever since I was young, you feel me? I was always a seeker of knowledge. Excuse me, y'all. I was always a seeker of knowledge. And I always had a big brain. You know what I mean? Coming up as a little kid, I always wanted to know what was what. I always wanted to know. And every time when I got knowledge, I wanted to share the knowledge. You know what I mean? I always wanted to wake up people. Just like when I went through my awakening, I wanted everybody else or those of them that wanted to be awakened to be on the same type of path. And so what I had to learn and understand was that you really can't save everybody. If they want to be ignorant, then, you know, I mean, trying to save them is not going to be to your benefit. You feel me? Because what we also really got to understand, we can't save everybody. They got to be stuck in their ignorance. You feel me? But I always wanted to, like, share this information. I've always wanted to teach people, always wanted to reach out and speak out to people and teach to them about the great essence of the things that I really learned. I always wanted to, like, learn and teach people as well. You know what I mean? And even also giving the great knowledge about, you know what I mean? Like, from like all of the things that I've learned of like really being positive. Of like, I've always been a positive person, I've always been a positive person. I always wanted to bring positivity. Always wanted to enlighten minds. You feel me? That's right, beautiful love. Thank you, darling, for donating. Always wanted to, like, really be a part of that, man. Always wanted to share knowledge with people. Always wanted to teach people. Because as I'm teaching, what it does for me, it feeds my soul. That's right, C-Mac. That's right. Because like I said, man, like, I've seen how the last of my generation got wiped out back in 2009. Hey, yo, C Mac, I got a question, right? Was you in the city back in '09, C Mac? Was you in the city back in '09, yo? You know? And like I said, I see you, beautiful love. And C Mac, yo, I really got a question, right? Because I was gone from like June all the way to like December, yo. What was the energy like, C Mac, in that city? And what was going on, yo? Because like, we around the same age, yo. And it seemed like our generation, yo, they all, it seemed like after '09, they were just all gone, yo. What happened, you know what I mean, from like, you know what I mean, from the summertime all the way to that time, yo. Cause I was in the city, then I left from June to like January. And it just really felt totally different, yo. Yeah, I'm soon to get off of here, son, family. Yeah, 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 that's real, KR. You right. The type of mentality they have will put a person in spiritual crisis. Yeah, it really did. It definitely did change, yo. Right. You know what I mean? Because I was hearing like a lot of shit was going on at that time. And it really did change though, yo. You feel me? Because I heard like a lot of people at that time was dropping like flies. For real, man. Like it was just really, really different, yo. You feel me? I can't put my finger on it as well, but our generation was, yeah, yo, was like wiped out, yo. Yep. Yeah, family. So yeah, family. So I got a question, man. Like, what are your thoughts, man? Like on the subject today. You know what I mean? How did y'all? I mean, does this apply to some of y'all? You feel me? Like, how does this apply to your journey? You feel me? How does this apply? How does this apply to your journey? You feel me? That's what I want to know. Like, how does this apply to your journey? You feel me? Yep. How does this apply to your journey? People definitely different now than '09 and earlier. Yup, no love. Y'all notice that too, C Mac. Yep. Because I've been on the album 48 minutes and I'ma conclude the message and I'ma let the beat play out. You feel me? But like I said though, family, it's been another good live stream, family. Had another great live stream. And like I said, family, it's always a great and wonderful pleasure. You know what I mean? To come up on this stream, you feel me? You know, because I'm quite sure that I've answered a lot of questions of a lot of people, what they've been going through and what they've been seeing and stuff like that. And hey Jay Quiet, it's all good, you know. But I'm just so glad because I'm really, really glad at the fact, man, that yeah, dog, man, boy, I feel you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go on for a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna go ahead, you know what I mean, get myself ready, man, because I'm actually going to be doing some side work, you know what I mean, sometime hopefully real soon in about like an hour or so, you feel me? I'm going to be doing some work, you know what I mean? And like I was saying though, family, you know what I mean? I'm really glad at the fact that we stuck to our guns and we stayed on that course of having intelligence, man. It's really about the time we really got to restore of having our people intelligence. You know what I mean? Being smart, being civilized, standing on our square. So guess what, family? So when they want to call us a square, they are right. We are standing on our square. You feel me? So continuously to stand on your square, continuously to keep on You know what I mean? Striving to be better, to be greater, to be a greater civilized human being. Strive to do all of that. You feel me? Because our community, yo, we gonna need that. Oh, okay, got your Dark Man Warrior. Yep. Yep. So like I said, family, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here for a little while. And like I said, man, appreciate y'all for taking your time out of your day. Cause like I said though, family, for me to come up on here, man, on these streams every day and to still do regular videos, it takes a lot, yo. It takes a lot of brain power, yo. You feel me? That's why I'm concluding my messages now. Cause I don't want to just keep on talking because I gotta deal with like, hey Tiffany Jackson, good to see you. Long time no see, stranger. You know, because like coming up on these streams, it takes a lot of brain power, man. It takes a lot of brain power to come up on here. But see, I do it because I love it. I'm talking about, I'm still doing the research every day. I'm looking at videos, and then of course I still gotta, take care of my life. You feel me? Still out here, pushing to get back to work, then healing myself from the injury. Yeah, but I still wanted to take my time out. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, I don't charge anybody. I don't charge y'all to come up on here. I let you come as you are. You feel me? Because I do this because I love it, yo. Because I want to be one of the ones out there doing the work, man. You feel me? This is a part of my work, you know what I'm saying? And I love doing this, man. It takes a lot of brain power to like come up on here, man, and to just be, like I said, doing these streams, man. You know what I'm saying? Taking time out of my day, 7 days a week, yo. Taking time out of my day, 7 days a week. I don't have to do it, yo. You feel me? But I do it because I love it. You feel me? You feel me? I do it because I love it. You feel me? All right, got you, Marie Reader. Yep, so I'm about to get up off of here. Yeah, man, I just wanted to talk, talk to y'all about that, man, because that was one of the main struggles that I went through. But I overcame it even more when I jump up on the YouTube, you know what I mean? So when I'm looking at right about now, though, yo, like I said, man, I was on the right path the whole entire time. And another thing as well, though, yo, keep on doing it. Staying on your square, yo, you feel me? You being upright. Yeah, I figured Jay White. So like I said though, family, man, yeah, man, I really take time out of my day, man. I be thinking about this stuff every day, man. I think about it all the time, but then I wake up, get my cup of coffee, then I'm processing it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, fam, I'm gonna jump off of here to follow me. My Instagram is bmiles8428. My Facebook is Brandon Miles. My email address is semi-articles. It's BrandonMiles410 at yahoo.com. Yup, BrandonMiles410 at yahoo.com. Thank you, boy. To donate if you would have to. If you like to, you don't have to. The Cash App is $BMiles8 to donate. $BMiles8 to donate. The PayPal is www.paypal.me/bmiles84. Thank you, C-Mac. C-Mac has all of the links in the chat because what I'm going to be doing real soon, I'm going to be showing my love and support. You know what I mean? To all of my great active mods, I'm going to be doing that for them, okay? Hey, Deborah Tyson. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, dang, some of y'all coming in late, man. Dang, man, because I'm about to jump off of here, man. Yeah, so many of y'all coming in late, man. Dang, yo. Dang, you know what I mean? So like I said, man, keep on being smart and intelligent, family. And like I said, let's raise up the vibration because this is what the planet is calling us for, man, to raise up a vibration. Get away from the ignorance, yo. We into the new heaven and the new earth, yo. We in a new realm. We are in 5D. You feel me? Our minds are going to be pulled away from all of the ignorance, yo, of the old world. You feel me? So like I said, let it all go. Be on the high frequency. You feel me? That Aaliyah sample mean, yo. You hear that? Rock the boat, rock the boat. That's sample mean, yo. Yeah, rest in peace to Aaliyah, yo. That's the new one, BFN 95. Yeah, it's a new one. Yep. So I'ma holler back at y'all later. One love once again. Peace out.